We know that with young people today, rates of anxiety, rates of depression are rising. We don't know exactly why that is, but we see that going along with the rise in social media, people becoming more engaged with their technologies than with people. A person with depression could have low energy. You could see poor concentration. I mean, that's something that overlaps with anxiety as well, an inability to follow through and finish projects that a person starts. There can be appetite changes, both in anxiety and depression, where a person will either not eat a lot or they'll eat more than they would typically eat. What might have started in feelings of sadness and hopelessness and worthlessness leads a person to having anxiety about, who am I? What's my place in the world? Do people love me? Will I be accepted? So the two are often linked. So in terms of the physiology of anxiety, that's something I think pretty much everyone can relate to. You might feel your heart racing. You might feel your breathing going more quickly. You might have some queasiness in your stomach. You might feel a little lightheaded in your head. These are the normal things that the body does when the mind gets anxious. And in psychiatry, when we decide to treat someone, it's because what they're feeling is causing some impairment in their life. We know that one of the best things a person can do is just be active in life. So that means exercise, it could be spending time with other people face to face, being engaged, less with the screen and more with people. But a lot of young people feel like they have to be perfect at everything. Not a lot of room for error. Sometimes the goal is to win a sports championship. Other times it could be to get into college and get certain grades. When people are trying to live up to a certain standard, people can become very critical of themselves, and that's normal. And one of the things we try to work with, especially young people, is self-compassion. Loving oneself, accepting oneself with all of one's deficiencies and challenges, learning that the thoughts that the brain generates when it is depressed, or the thoughts that a brain generates when it is anxious, are not accurate descriptions of reality. So the thoughts are real, and the experience of having them is real, but the trick is to learn how to not take them too seriously. And that's what mindfulness comes to teach you. I think the more that young people and all of us are really genuine and say what we mean and are vulnerable, the more richer our lives will be, and the more success we'll ultimately have.